Now, overstretched and outnumbered. These are the sentiments from the South African Policing Union representing some police officers. This is at the ongoing unrest continues with looters who are creating havoc in some parts of Gauteng as well as KwaZulu-Natal. Let's get perspective now from the Policing Union. I'm joined by Mr. Lesiba Thobakgale, who is the SAPU spokesperson. A very good afternoon to you, sir, and thank you for your time today. What are the type of pressures that the police are currently facing at the moment? A large number of police have been seen not really able to control the crowds, in many instances sitting back and watching, and only at times going in and making some arrests. What are the dynamics that are going on your side?
Thank you, Sis Tammy. Would love to greet all the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. From the perspective of the South African Policing Union, it is good that we pointed out that the police are taught situation appropriateness, meaning that, time and again, they need to assess a situation and ensure that the loss of life does not occur. And, when this looting keeps going on, sometimes where we would see the police officials appearing as if, there is nothing more that they can do. It is true. It is a fact that they are outnumbered. But we need not to make a mistake, because our police official, we've got crime intelligence that is there on the ground, that is even amongst those groups of looters that are busy looting, in order for them to make sure that they identify the ringleaders, in order to ensure that when the move-up process, after all this has happened, they can be able to arrest them and bring them to book. And it is indeed true that, one has to assess and look at the right to life. Police officials, they've got a responsibility to ensure that if they are outnumbered within a specific situation, let's say now they are in a shop or they are within a mall, and the members of the communities, if they are too much and then they are outnumbering the police officials, they need to ensure that they avoid any situation that can cause a stampede and a loss of life happens. And also, one has to also assess and look at making a distinction between shooting at people where a stampede can occur, vis-a-vis having to do that because these people are stealing tomato sauce and mayonnaise. And when you do that, you measure it with the right to life, because other things we can be able to rebuild them thereafter. But a loss to life, we will not be able to recover it. So we know our members out there, they are stressed, but we appreciate that the president has now brought in the soldiers in order for them to give the police officials support, so that now our police official can go out there and ensure that they can effect arrest as much as they could be able to do so.
You say that you are overstretched and you are outnumbered. What are the dynamics that have led to this situation?
Sister Annie, it is a fact that police officials, in terms of the numbers, we do not have enough numbers that can be able to ensure that they deal with these situations when they occur. So human resource is part of those, and then also even the resources like the CASPAS, be it all resources that are needed in order to deal with crowd management. Because in situations like this, it is about crowd management. And crowd management, as we know from what happened in Marikana, the recommendations indeed they've shown us to say, what is it that SAPS needs to implement in order to ensure that crowd management can be managed can be managed appropriately without any loss of life, because loss of life, it is very important. So we need more police officials, we need more tonfas, we need more vehicles, we need more shields, so that police officials can be able to deal with crowd management, because without that, we will not be able to win on our own when situations like this are getting out of hand without any form of support.
You're saying you need more police officers, you need more supplies. But in 2021, February, the budget was cut by 12 billion rand for the South African police services. How has this impacted your planning, and how has this impacted the quality of service that you are able to provide to citizens?
Sister, that has been impacted negatively, because if you remember correctly, each and every year, SAPS keep on ensuring that young people who wishes to join the South African Police Service, they are then recruited and then they are employed. And since the end of 2019 when the lockdown has started in 2020. And in 2019, there were young people whom themselves, they were ready. They've done the medicals. They were ready to go to college and they be confirmed to say they go for training. So this budget cuts has led to say those recruitment processes, they had to be placed on hold, meaning that those who have went through all those processes, they cannot come and ensure that they capacitate those that are there within the system. And as well, the budget cuts also brought about where some would go on early retirement, because the state, there has this thing of, you know what, cutting or downsizing the South African police services, because there is a goal that wants to realize that by 2024, SAPS it should have from 180,000, at least they should have 160,000. Whereas ourselves as a union, we are saying even this 180,000 that we have, it is not enough. We need more. So we need to ensure that at all times, service delivery, it is not hampered. And our members out there, Sister Tammy, they are stretched and they need to ensure that they give service delivery to communities with the little resources that they have. And the budget cuts has indeed negatively impacted in how policing is being conducted to our communities out there.
There are some police officials who were caught out in looting. Your response to that?
Sister Tammy, we condemn any form of criminality, be it by the members of the community, be it by the members of the SAPS, because that on its own, it has an indictment on the South African police services. But like, as we know, the rule of law in South Africa prevails. We would, as an organization, we would allow the investigations to go on, and the outcome thereof, we would welcome it. But from us, we really indeed do not expect to see any one of us, you know, those who are supposed to serve and protect, you know, having alleged to say they have committed the very same looting that is being committed by the members of the community. So we really condemn such allegations.
Is the police demoralized in one way or another? The issues of increment, for example, those continue to be an Achilles heel and a thorn on the side of many public servants.
Sister Tammy, the fact remains that the morale of the police is low. It is a fact. When we look at last year, our police officials, this is the second year, because the last leg of resolution 1 of 2018, in terms of the salary increment, it was not implemented. And as we speak, it is before the Constitutional Court and it will be heard during August. And as we speak now, we are at this juncture where police officials have not even received their salary increase. So those issues, indeed, when we look at the price of food, the price of insurance policies, the price of medical aid, the price of school fees and so on, you know, the cost of living, it is so high. And with the salary that police officials are receiving, which is so low, indeed, without that increment, it has impacted on them negatively. And even the COVID-19, I remember correctly, as an organization, we brought a position paper at the Bargaining Council where we say we need our members to receive COVID-19 allowance, because indeed, since the beginning of the lockdown, they were out there ensuring that they're enforcing the regulations. And that was not acceded to by SAPS management. And those members, they are out there despite all of these challenges. Indeed, there is no way that the morale cannot be down, Sister.
Mr. Lesiba Thobakgale, SAPU spokesperson, thank you for your time today. There, Mr. Lesiba Thobakgale, confirming that if you are seeing few police officers, indeed, that is what you are seeing. They are overstretched and they're also outnumbered.